Come and join us today at Diagon Alley, which is located in Universal Studios, Florida. We're going to show you some unique things and must-dos while you're here. Things that you don't want to miss.
Today we're at Diagon Alley.
And we're going to show the must-dos.
The must-dos.
Alright, let's check out the best things to do here.
Yeah. Let's go.
Alright, let's do it. Let's have a good time.
So if you come from Universal Studios entrance, the first thing you're going to see to the left is Hogwarts Express, and then you're going to see London. I'll show a couple of things that are unique to this area, but first let's get started in Diagon Alley. You actually have to walk through these brick walls, or there's another entrance to the right, but it can be a little confusing. You can miss it. And now this is the busiest area of the park, just like Hogsmeade at Islands of Adventure. There's going to be a lot of people. In no particular order, but the first must-do I'm listing here is shopping. There are at least 6 different shops in Diagon Alley, since it's a lot of shopping for what a wizard would need. Harry Potter comes here, of course, to get his robe and his pet, so that is something that you can do, as well as a wand. The twins also have a gag gift store, so there's a lot of fun things you can buy in here, as well as a pygmy puff you can adopt. And don't forget to look at all the little details. Each shop has so much to look at. If you want a fun Harry Potter souvenir, I would recommend coming to Diagon Alley to do the shopping, because in Hogsmeade there aren't as many shop options. My kids' favorite shop is this pet store. They love all the plushies. We've slowly started collecting some of them, but even the windows have these fun animatronics inside. They have just about every magical creature you could think of here. My kids love the dragon and the hippogriff, but my personal favorite is Hedwig. The white one right there. You can actually put your hand inside. It's a puppet, and move her head around. And then of course you have to get a robe. We do have a video on the must buy, so I'm not going to focus on everything in the shops, just giving you an idea of what kind of things are in each of them. And there is personalization that you can do on stockings, hats, the robes, backpacks. This mirror does talk and gives feedback on how you look for the day. If you cannot budget a robe though, don't worry, just save for a wand if possible. And then this shop is over by the Gringotts Bank after you exit the ride, or right next to it. This has some really neat knickknacks and collectibles behind glass. They even have rolled paper and feathered quills you could buy, but I really want that Gringotts Bank. Another must-do is seeing either of the shows, one being Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees. Celestina is Molly Weasley's favorite singer, and she puts on a jazz-style live performance with her backup dancing banshees. But this second show is our personal favorite, Tales of Beetle the Bard. Both shows last between 10 and 12 minutes, but this one teaches the tale of the 3 brothers, as seen in the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
But Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the 3 brothers upon their magic, said each had earned a prize for having been clever enough to evade him. Of course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination.
He could not fail to win the duel that followed.
It's amazement and its delight. The figure of the girl he once hoped to marry before her untimely death appeared at once before him.
Make sure to take in the whole atmosphere. Look at all the details around Diagon Alley. There are a lot of neat photo areas too. Some of these walls are really cool. So the next must-do is to try some of these sweets and sugar plums. There is quite a variety here, similar to the variety at Honeyduke's in Hogsmeade. We've tried almost everything at both of the shops. The chocolate is a little bit on the cheaper side, but there are some unique things to try. Of course, you have the famous jelly beans that have every flavor you can think of, even gross ones, and you have the famous chocolate frogs. We love the exploding bonbons because they have pop rocks inside. If I have to pick between sugar plums and Honeydukes though, I would choose Honeydukes just because there is a lot more options. It's at least twice this size. I think the best stuff, of course, is in the case. You got some fancy and unique desserts. Each of the locations have something different in the case. My husband loves all the different fudges, especially the butterbeer fudge, and my kids love the no-melt ice cream, which is basically frosting. I would say you can't go wrong with any of the caramels or the candy apples. But we're going to show a couple more dessert options, so I would make sure to look at everything before you decide. Unless you want them all, and I couldn't blame you for that. The next must-do is buying a wand and doing all the magic around Diagon Alley as well as Hogsmeade. They have quite a big selection of wands, so you can actually get some of the characters from the movies, you can get a Dementor wand, even Voldemort's. They do have cheaper non-interactive ones, but these ones you can interact with all sorts of areas between both Wizarding World lands. You can find all the spots you see on the ground that shows the movement to make, so you mimic that and then magic happens.
The mermaid does the joke. So come a little closer, point here, and do it like a witch's viper back and forth because this is the only dishonest marker in the whole park. Fine work. If you like, you could take a handful and throw it at her. Menchi aqua, menchi back and forth.
There you go.
Oh, wizard!
You did it!
I'm impressed. Are you impressed?
Yeah. Good job.
Have you done the two in the blacksmith shop?
Not yet.
There are two more over there.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right with you.
That one
We'll be
over there
right
is to
with
make
you.
that move, but I ain't seen anybody do it
But
yet.
you do it down here, just lower and lower.
There you go.
Yes,
Good job, buddy.
hand thing gives it tippies and flippies.
Tippies and flippies.
Yeah, we don't want tippies.
Oh, I think you did it.
You did it, sweetheart.
You're a pro, girl. There are at least 16 different magic spots in Diagon Alley, and there's even more in Hogsmeade, so you can easily spend a good hour or two just doing this. The next must-do is going into the money exchange in Gringotts Bank. You can interact with this goblin up here. You can get actual money to spend inside the park, or just keep it as a cool souvenir.
Welcome. Gringotts banknotes can be purchased for $10 or $20 model.
We shared this a while on Instagram with our invisibility cloak we got on Amazon, but you take the money and then they give you Gringotts money in exchange. It's kind of like how Disney used to have Mickey dollars, and this comes in $10 or $20 to spend. The next must-do is eating inside the Leaky Cauldron. Now, if you want butterbeer, you can actually get it at a few different places, but they also have it in the Leaky Cauldron, so if you want to get something to eat, you can get your butterbeer there if you don't want to wait in the long line. Because in the hopping pot right here, the line can get pretty long and they have the same kind of drinks at the restaurant. This has traditional British cuisine like bangers and mash, fisherman's pie, and toad in a hole, and this was our first time trying Otter's Fizzy Orange Juice. It says it's fresh orange beverage with notes of vanilla and cinnamon.
Actually, it's good. It tastes like okay, it's a little fizzy, but it reminds me of an orange Julius, only stronger.
It's okay.
Yeah, it takes a minute. Then you're like, wow, that was good.
I like it.
At first you're like, ooh, and then it's like, oh, that's good.
Sweet. And they have butterbeer, of course, hot, frozen, or just regular cold, which tastes like a butterscotch drink. Now I got the mini pie combination, which is a mini cottage pie and a mini fisherman's pie with a garden salad. The kids get the mac and cheese almost every time, and then they either have fries to choose from or applesauce and grapes. And then Rick almost always gets the fish and chips. We noticed that the fish seemed a little bit smaller than before, so you are getting smaller portions. Not a huge deal, but just a warning. My fisherman's pie had chunks of salmon and shrimp, and then my cottage pie had chunks of beef and vegetables. I do prefer the food at the Three Broomsticks though, because I love their ribs and chicken. Saving the best for last are these two potted creams. One is a chocolate cherry one, a butterbeer potted cream, and then butterbeer ice cream I accidentally ordered. But if you're a ice cream fanatic like us, we are going to show the last dessert spot after this. The regular potted cream tasted like butterscotch pudding, and then the chocolate one had kind of a tart cherry to it, more so than last time. So it depends on your taste, but honestly, I think any of these are delicious. The next must-do is one of the only meet and greets here. It's with the night bus driver and with the shrunken head. They are a funny duo.
Hey, what's up, Slytherin?
Hello, what's your name?
I'm Vanessa and this is Jack.
Hi Vanessa, hi Jack. What's going on with you?
Hey, I don't mean to panic you, but it looks like there are a full family of Slytherins.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh wow.
Wow, this.
A whole Slytherin squad. Okay, a nest of Slytherins. Alright.
I like that.
Okay, well,
She wanted to ask you something. You want to ask?
oh yeah, you can.
go
I
ahead.
will now open the floor to questions.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. What would you like to know, youngster?
Have you ever ran over anyone yet?
Wow, okay, classic Slytherin.
That is a
Of course,
Slytherin
yeah.
question.
Why would you ask that?
Yeah, no, not that I recall. I don't think so.
You could have said, like, how does the bus squish and squeeze?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
it
yeah. Like,
magical?
how do you manage to get around Britain so quickly and efficiently?
How many passengers do you get on board? That's
How are
incredible.
you the finest mode of wizarding transportation in the
But no.
entire world?
You want to know, have we accidentally maimed anyone?
Nah, everyone's good around here, fam.
No,
Yeah, man.
our driver might not look it, but he's very skilled.
Yeah, man. And we help out, you know, like...
Where we can.
Yeah. We do our best anyway.
Yeah, Shaka is
Are
very
you
good at...
disappointed? Like, did
Yeah,
you want to be like,
not even
yeah, all the
interested
time?
anymore, mate. Look, it's like,
I'm just looking at the ground.
no one got hit by the bus. Oh, how interesting is this
that's
chain?
terrible.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll ask this. What's your favorite place you visited? How about that?
What a nice question.
That
There
is
you
a
go.
nice question.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like the Leaky Cauldron.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've been to the
Yeah, we
Leaky
just
Cauldron.
went. We just went. So.
Ah, did you have the pea soup? Have it before it has you.
No,
I know
did
that.
not.
I
Did
know
not.
that.
Oh my
Actually,
gosh.
funny story, my cousin works there.
Oh, he does, mate? What's he do?
Yeah, he's head chef.
Ah, that's a good one.
I get it.
Yeah.
Let's get a
And
picture.
no one got
I
sick
want
there
to show
today.
him mine.
Good.
Sorry. Yeah,
wanna
no
show
one.
him my
I know that's
wine.
bad news.
Oh, I know
Okay, that's very nice. Please don't hex me. It's very nice. Oh yeah, that's evil, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good and evil.
That's what you got a little shrunken head on yours.
Oh, hey, nice to meet the fact.
It's been a little while since we've seen these two, but it's a great photo op. The next must-do is going into Knockturn Alley. There's actually a couple of ways to enter. One is next to the Leaky Cauldron, and there's another entrance just right past the ice cream shop. But they have some really neat things in here and some more magic spots. It is really dark in here, but a lot to look at, and it's a great escape from the heat because it is air-conditioned. It's devoted to the dark arts and one of my favorite shops in Diagon Alley.
I did that. Creepy crawlies.
It's like bats.
Big spider that's crawled across.
There's
Look.
bats.
Creepy crawlies. I know.
Big is
There's quite a few hidden over here. You really have to look in the ground for those markers. This one you make a triangle with the wand and you have to aim it at the light. There it goes, look.
There it goes. Look.
Yes, coffee people. It's the same guy who was in the bus.
Yeah, it is.
Chasing out the sea. Take the spell scar off. Stop in the wind.
Looks like an S. Kind of like a sideways S.
That spell silenced me. Clearly, you meant to cast a different one.
Borgin and Burke's is one of the neatest shops in Diagon Alley. It sells dark artifacts. Some stuff is decoration just to make it look really spooky, and then some things you can buy like this Death Eater mask. They have quite a few things from Sirius Black, and they have Madame Estrange, different Death Eaters merchandise, some animals, skulls, and it's pretty neat in here. There's some different artifacts from the films. Harry Potter ends up accidentally traveling here instead of Diagon Alley. If you want to see more of a store tour of any of these shops that I have shown, please comment down below. For now, I'm just showing some of the highlights. And also, before we head out of Knockturn Alley, there is another magic spot where this guy just copies your movements. Now there's only one ride here versus at Hogsmeade they have 3 rides in Islands of Adventure. So there's more shopping here in Diagon Alley and less rides, only 1, versus Hogsmeade having 3 rides and only a couple of stores. So the next must-do, of course, is the ride. The only ride here is called Escape from Gringotts. It is a 42-inch height requirement, basically a coaster. Really neat inside. I'm recording with my glasses. You walk into the Gringotts Bank. And I just want to say the queues themselves can be an attraction, especially at Gringotts and in the Hogwarts Castle Forbidden Journey. Both have some amazing queues, like you're walking through the scenes of the movie.
Well, let's try that then.
It is pretty dark in here. It is a roller coaster mixed with 3D glasses and some really amazing scenes. My favorite are with Voldemort and Madame Strange.
I know you've seen Harry Potter. Perhaps a little dose of pain to help you remember.
Florean Fortescues is the next must-do because it is the best ice cream in the park. They have a mixture of sundaes, hard-packed ice cream, and soft-serve ice cream with a swirl flavor add-on. My husband loves the chocolate chili ice cream. I love the apple crumble, the sticky toffee pudding, chocolate and raspberry, and even the strawberry and peanut butter ice cream. The only one we didn't care for was the clotted cream. It reminded me of sour cream. Everything else has been great. My favorites now are actually the soft-serve ice cream with the swirl. You can get things like banana, Granny Smith, mint, orange, strawberries and cream, and toffee apple. So if you're in the mood for ice cream, we highly recommend this one. We even like it better than the famous Toothsomes in City Walk. I've already mentioned wands where you can buy them in that little shop, but you can also purchase them in Ollivanders. And with new wand purchases, you can have your name carved into the wand. And my last recommendation is Shutterbuttons. This is something that's not talked about, definitely an underrated activity. So they have some photo opportunities with the green screen that they can make some cool effects, but the best thing is the video. We did this in 2021. If you want to see our full video, I will link that down below. But it was a lot of fun to make, and I'll show just a quick clip. There's other things you can interact with, like this telephone booth or one of the doors in Grimace Place to see Creature the House Elf pop out. Those are all the must-dos that we recommend. Let us know if we missed anything, if there's anything else that we should include. And comment down below if there's anything else you'd like to see from Universal, Islands of Adventure, even Disney. And a big thank you to our Patreon supporters, Maddie and Lishy, for helping support our channel. People like you help us to keep going and doing what we love. And consider joining if you'd like to see behind the scenes, get a shout out, or more.
Yes, they can subscribe for more videos. Go to our channel and subscribe. And subscribe. Cut!
Click either of these videos, the top one being the must-buys at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and the bottom one being our full video on our Shutterbuttons experience. And thank you so much for watching.